Welcome back. I'm Brent Meredith. The Metro Nashville Police Department recently announced the appointment of its very first LGBTQ liaison, joining a handful of MNPD officials tasked with outreach to Metro's minority communities. Since November of last year, Officer Catie Poole has held this new position, and tonight she's here to give us all the details. Welcome, Officer Poole. Good to meet you. Thanks for being here. Congratulations, by the way. I
appreciate that.
No worries.
I'm excited about it.
It should. I would imagine it'd be an exciting new adventure, right? To get to be the first.
Is. Yes, it is, for sure.
So I definitely want to talk about the role and what's going to be going with that. But since you're new to the scene here and we're meeting you today, give us a little bit of background on Catie. How did she end up as a police officer?
Well, you know, in this area, I moved here in 2003. Moved here with family. I've been here ever since. It's home to me now. I love the area. When I was going through school, especially when I got to college, I realized that desk job was not for me. So I wanted to do a job that was a little more exciting and would have me out and about in the community. And of course, I've always wanted to help my community and improve my community. Sure. So that's kind of what led me here.
Okay, cool. Which is great, because it's nice to know that you had that sense of wanting to contribute to the community, not just pack some heat, if I can be blunt.
Oh yeah, right.
So the decision to create this role was clearly not made overnight, as I understand it. Now, can you share a little bit about the process, about how they came to create the role?
So I know it was in discussion several years back. In 2017, one of the deputy chiefs had wrote a paper, an article about the importance of having minority liaison officers. And this is just the natural progression. Although that was in the past, you know, recent events brought everything back to the forefront of the discussion. And from there, this was just the perfect opportunity to go ahead and get this, at least the LGBTQ liaison position, launched.
Well, and I know this isn't the only sort of minority-focused position, right? You were mentioning before we started taping, there's another one. Yeah,
we've had the El Protector program, which is for the Hispanic community. We've had that officer around since the early 2000s. Yeah. So that one has been around for quite a bit of time.
So now, any thoughts on maybe why you were chosen specifically? I've got a little quote here that talks so nicely about you, but I wondered if you could tell me yourself why you think.
Right. Well, I honestly didn't know, and I'm really happy that they did ask me, but I don't know, because we have a pretty big department. There's plenty of great qualified people. I can't really answer that question.
Well, that's okay, because the Deputy Chief John Drake, and I won't read the whole quote, but basically he just said, she's awesome, she's a good officer, and she can fill the role well, which is nice to hear,
That's definitely a compliment. I'll say that.
Yes, yes. So now, tell us a little bit about the 3 goals you set for yourself. I was watching the video that you guys put out, which is great, by the way, on the MNPD YouTube channel.
Right.
And I know you mentioned you had 3 goals, and I'll let you tell us a little bit about each of them.
Sure. So just for the way my mind works, I like to compartmentalize things so it's easier to grasp. So there's a community element where I will be going out into the community, developing those relationships, hearing what they're saying, what the concerns, issues are, and I can report that directly back to the chief, so you know, we can do something about that. So the community relationships is the biggest aspect of that, and it's the first aspect. The second will be for the department side of it. We have our fair share of LGBTQ employees on our department, both sworn and civilian, so this is a great step and an opportunity for me to show that there is an advocate for them if they're going through any specific issues. I just want them all to know that I'm here and they can talk to me in confidentiality. And the third aspect of that is the Safe Place program, although it's more of a collaboration between the police department and the community, because what it is, it's an initiative to address the hate crime reporting issue, which has historically everywhere been the most underreported crime, one of them. So in order to bring up the reporting of that so we can address it properly, the Safe Place program has us collaborating with local businesses. We have a Safe Place decal. It's a rainbow colored badge. And it's got Safe Place, it's got our department, call 911, report hate crimes, all the relevant information on that decal. Anyways, we will give these decals to the businesses, and they can put this in a prominent position, either on their front door, front window, somewhere easily seen by the community. That way, if somebody is being victimized as a result of a hate crime, and they just happen to be running by this business, they can see this prominent emblem logo, and they can go into that business as a place of refuge, and the business will be trained to call the police.
That is fantastic. I mean, as you say, I think I was reading through some literature. It was like a 600% increase in reporting in the Seattle
It's been
program.
Very effective in Seattle, which is where it originated. Officer Jim Ritter actually came out here and taught us how the program works.
Cool. So we've got a couple minutes left. I want to get these last few questions in. How has the role been perceived by your fellow officers and within the community at large? Have you heard any sort of positive, negative type things? things, you know?
It's been largely positive. It's been very encouraging, especially in the community. I've gotten, you know, congratulations from plenty of my officers, my friends on the department. Everybody, I believe it's just time. Everybody knows it's about time for this to happen. It's just a natural progression. So the ultimate response has been very encouraging and positive.
Good. What do you say if someone were to criticize? Because you and I were talking, we often hear, oh, well, this is something special taking time away.
Taking an officer off the street, which I understand that across the country, police agencies are short on officers, so I understand. However, the community aspect, community policing is where everything is going, and if you develop relationships in the community, the whole concept behind that is that crime will naturally start to decrease anyways.
Right.
So that is definitely of pivotal importance.
No, I would agree 100% with that. I mean, and I've done some research and reading and looking to see about that sort of, like you said, the community policing, going from just being part of that community, being there, and being able to feel like anyone can come up and report and talk to you.
It's that public trust and working together. Working together is always going to get better results.
And as I was saying before, you may not be off the street for a few minutes doing an interview, but you're still a police officer.
I'm still out in the public and just as easily stopped as anybody else.
Exactly,
so I'm very approachable and
I mean, you're easy to talk to. We've got about 30 seconds, so I want to make sure we get this out there. What's the best way right now for our viewers to reach out to maybe you directly? So I think we've got your phone number and your email. Is that good?
Yes, that's perfect.
There it is right there on the screen. There's your email, Catherine.Poole@Nashville.gov, and then 615-862-7822.
That's perfect.
And they can call those numbers.
They can, and I check each one every single day, multiple times, so both are great.
Well, fantastic. I hope that we can have you back again, and we'll see how the program is going, and thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it, officer.
Thank you.
And when we come back, Pam talks with HRC Board of Governors member Eric Patton, so stay with us.